Hey guys, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, April 1st. Yeah, April 1st. Seemed like March came and went. We're already in April. Hope everyone is doing okay. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a good weekend. Tomorrow's Wednesday, hump day. We'll be preparing for another weekend, God will. The name of I titled it the live when people show you who they are. Use, our intuition, our discernment, red flags, whatever the case may be. But give me 1 second here. So the saying from Dr. Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. I myself, I'm the type of person, I kind of like, I'll see the signs, but I'm kind of like, well, not say I am, let's say I've learned since, I give people more than one chance, and that's usually, shame on me because I'm in control of that. I can walk away from that situation, but I usually give or have given people more than one chance to, as I say, you give people more than one chance to play in your face or whatever. Yeah, that was me. I'm kind of in a different mode now. If I see the red flags, I pay attention to the red flags. I don't, look away. I kind of go ahead and, remove that person or that situation from my life. We have to protect ourselves, we have to recognize and believe their true nature, when they show them to you. We have to have discernment. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. As I say, actions speak louder than words. We can't ignore those red flags. Hey, Landon, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Hope you're doing good. So yeah, we have to, if we see something in a person and it's not good, we have to follow our first mind, use our intuition in those situations, and not just close our eyes to those red flags and those things that these people are showing us. I wrote some things down just to we can only change our response to people, so trust your intuition and their actions. Stop living your life with unrealistic expectations. Wish them well and move on. Because if you don't, they're still going to be playing in your face, and you're going to be in a situation where it's not good. So, yeah. That's also toxic. We can also include that with, a toxic person. And says, thank you. Yes, I'm good. And I hope you're doing good as well. Yes, I'm doing good. Hope you can hear me. Yes, toxic people, they exhibit behaviors that, can harm us, can be a stressful situation, so we need to remove ourselves from that. Hey, Tyreek, welcome in. I'm doing good. How are you? Hope you're doing good. So yeah, that's, we have to use our intuition. We have to listen to those red flags, discernment. We have to have discernment. We have to know when someone is not being who they say they, believe the person when they show you who they are. So, a person can show up being nice, this and that or whatever, and then you start seeing their true colors, their true personality. Sorry, guys. You start seeing the person for who they are. So instead of, keeping that going, you need to just walk away or remove yourself, because that person, if they see that they're fooling you, they're going to keep doing it. Yeah, I'm able to hear in the audio. Thank you. Because my audio is, I mean, I'm known to have these technical difficulties when I try to go live. I don't know if it's because I don't know. I don't know if it's my device or just what. But yeah. Red flags. Behaviors or patterns that signal potential problems or unhealthy dynamics. So, for instance, if you meet someone and you like them, but you start seeing all these weird things, all these red flags pop up. That needs to be handled right then and there. Otherwise, they're going to keep doing that, playing in your face. Hey, Brilliant, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy April 1st, everyone, or should I say. I hope no one got any April Fool's jokes played on them. It's still early. But I don't believe in that. I mean, I'm not superstitious like that. I mean, I'm not really into don't get me wrong. I love a good prank, but April Fools, I'm not really. Hey there. Everyone's speaking to everyone. So yeah, that's, really what I wanted to talk about. Just be careful who you, if someone, is this way, that way, or whatever, just pay attention to the red flags. Use your intuition. If something feels off about someone, it usually is about someone or something. Usually, sometimes when I have those feelings, I'm like, those gut feelings, I'm like, something's not right about this person or this situation. I'm usually right on the money, and that situation either falls apart or that person just comes clean, or they just, altogether just walk away or whatever, or I walk away. But yeah, we have to have self-awareness, if when someone's not on the up and up, when someone's not being truthful, and like I said, this can be a relationship or a friendship or just someone it's got to be careful. Use your best judgment. And I say this to say that, you just got to be careful. A live I had previously, I kind of touched on this topic, use your intuition and, don't let people play in your face, no matter who they are. Yeah, that's right. And thank you for your words. Oh, you're welcome. I'm I don't care how many lives I do, I still kind of get hung up on my words. I do apologize if I'm coming across kind of all over the place, scatterbrained. But yeah, we just have to pay attention, to people's actions and their behaviors, because sometimes, more than likely, they'll reveal their true character right in front of you, and you're like, dang, that didn't take long, for that person to really show me who they are, because there was a situation I was in. I had met this person, and I thought he was a great guy, didn't really see anything that was off about him. And then later on down the line, I started noticing different weird behaviors, and I was like, well, this person doesn't have to lie to me. This person doesn't have to, just be upfront or whatever, And so that kind of showed me that was my red flag. I needed to, fix that situation. So I just ended up stopped talking to him altogether, It says, no, you're good. We appreciate you helping us and looking out for us. Oh, you're welcome. But yeah, we just all have to use our best judgment on situations, in real life, even on social media, because for the life of me, I know everyone knows about TikTok. I'll get these weird messages in my DMs, or they'll my private, if I'm saying that right, my DMs or my private messages or whatever it's called on TikTok, from these guys, and they're like, well, can I do this for you? Can I do that for you? I'm like, I don't even know you, and I have to stop looking at comments. I have to stop responding, because when you start responding and you start looking at the comments, they keep up with the, inboxing you. I guess I'm saying that right. DMing, inboxing, whatever it is. You guys know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, and those are red flags right there. Anytime someone asks you, can they send you money, and they don't even know you, And see, if I was one of the type of people that were like, yeah, go ahead and send me some money, then I got myself in a whole pickle right then and there, So we just have to, use that intuition, We don't. I don't want to think bad or whatever, but it's like, you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be, aware of people, So yeah, you guys get the gist of it. I'm just, wanted to touch on this topic. Wasn't going to be on here long at all. Unless you guys have anything to add to it, I was just wanted to share my thoughts on, the topic. Gotta be careful of toxic people. Look at those red flags. Don't ignore the red flags. Sometimes we tend to see the red flags. Like myself, in the past, I would see the red flags, but I wouldn't respond to them. I would be like, oh, whatever, But yeah, we have to see the red flags. And I'm not saying I don't judge people, but at the same time, if you show me something that doesn't feel right, then I'm kind of like, my red flag is up. My antennas are up, at that moment, at that point rather. You guys, I had to write some things down because, like I said, I don't care how many lives I do. Sometimes I get tongue tied and I forget what I wanted to say. Hey, I said what I said. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in. We're just talking about, when people show you who they are. We can't ignore the red flags. We have to use our discernment, our intuition, all those things, to watch out. We have to have self-awareness. We have to protect ourselves, in dealing with, and recognizing and believing people's true nature. When they show you who they really are, you gotta believe it. Whether it be just regular interactions or relationship or friendship, whether it be a coworker, whether it be, a potential relationship. So yeah, it's just, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to say on this. I just wanted to share a little bit of what, lately, what I've been seeing, what I've been, feeling, this can be, like I said, a coworker. This could be a friend. This could be even someone on social media. Like I said, these, you have to be careful who you accept as a, I guess, a follower on TikTok, or that's what it's called, a follower. Like I said, I unknowingly accepted, requests, and it seems like I'm getting hit left and right by guys saying, oh, can I send you money? No, you cannot send me money. I don't know you, and that's my red flag. If I would say yes, then hey, that's where they got me, So yeah, and I don't know if this happened to anyone else. I'm sure I'm not the only one, because I've been hearing people say, well, I accepted this person, and then now they're in my inbox. They won't leave me alone. They're telling me they're gonna send me money. They're gonna fly me here. They're gonna pay my bills. Yeah, right. You mean somebody random is gonna pay your bills? Yeah, okay. I'm sure there's a catch, some sort of scam. And that's where you have to use your intuition. You have to say, that doesn't sound right. I mean, if I were gullible like that, and I kind of like fell for that, then like I said, that would be my bad. That would be shame on me because I saw the red flags, but I still went with it anyway. So that is all, guys. If you guys have anything to add to this, be my guest. I mean, um, like I said, I wasn't gonna be on too long. Um, so yeah, all the things. Just be careful. You know, don't let people play in your face. So yeah, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Hey, I'm back. Hey, Life with Marlene. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in. I'm about to wrap it up. If anyone had any other comments or any other, um, anything else to say on this matter, when people show you who they are, um, you know, I know I've said that a dozen times. That's just a topic, and I guess I'm just trying to get that point across. People will definitely have their own agenda sometimes. Exactly, because I mean, for the longest, I mean, I've always been quiet to myself. I kind of like, um, I accept people for who they are. I guess you could say I'm too trusting. I'm too easily to, get along to go along to get along, if that makes sense. So it's sort of like, you know, people think I'll fall for anything, you know. Hey Shanique, welcome in. How are you? So yeah, I'm just that's all and I don't understand how people can really can take advantage of a person, and they know, if they know that that's who they are, and they have no intentions of being truthful or upfront with this person. I don't, that's a red flag. I'm like that, so I understand where you are coming from. Child, time will tell you anything you want to know. Just wait. And see, that's what my mom used to say. She used to always say, let just they'll eventually get themselves caught up in it, and you'll know. Hey Chef Finest Wine, welcome in. How are you? It's just crazy though that, I mean, I don't like when people assume that, hey, I can get over on this person. I can, really manipulate this person, And like I said, there was a time where I was easily um, manipulated. Because I just felt like I had to be, I had to go along to get along. You know what I mean? So I guess you could say I was a little naive, And as I've gotten older, I've learned that people will say this to you and that to you or whatever, and you just have to be eyes wide open. You have to protect yourself. Because people will, uh, as I used to hear, they'll spit game to you, and they'll say this, that, and the other to get what they want. I don't like, just stay away. Exactly. I feel you, but I'm glad you kept learning and stay through. Yeah, and I'm still learning. I'm as we speak, I'm still learning. I think we all are learning. There's always a lesson to learn. There's always something that you can learn. Um, like different channels on here, different content creators. I've learned a lot. Um, from people. But I just I want to be aware, and I want everyone else to be aware of you know when people are presenting themselves to you, in such a way, just kind of look out, kind of, um, be on your what is it? Your P's and Q's, you know? I don't. Okay, I just read that comment. I'm sorry, but I'm glad. Yeah. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to share. Just use discernment. Um, and just your intuition. If you have a gut feeling about something or someone, go with it. Because we don't have those feelings for nothing. God gives us wisdom. You know what I mean? Godly wisdom. And he wants us to use that wisdom. So yeah, it's not. How can I say it? It's not right for people to play in people's faces, and especially if you know that you're doing that. You know what I mean? So in those situations, I turn it off. I don't deal with people like that. I used to give first chance, second chance, third chances, but as I've gotten older, I've realized that, hey, you can't give a person second and third chances if they're still gonna display that type of behavior. You know what I mean? So yeah, just have to be careful, and protect ourselves. Have self-awareness. Don't ignore the red flags. Even dealing with toxic people. That's not good. Hey Kathleen, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're doing good. Seems like the more positive you are, some people are. Exactly. Exactly. Like I've posted some things, and I have to learn. It was so bad that I told myself I was going to stop looking at some of the comments. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy to me how you can post something positive and then you're not even expecting somebody's going to come along and be negative about it. You're just trying to be positive, So yeah, I had to teach myself to not get my feelings so involved when I see or read a negative comment, from people. Because, not all the time people are going to, and I don't expect everyone to think how I think, feel how I feel, It's just the type of person I am, the type of heart I am, the type of person I am, the type of heart that I have. I'm kind of, wanting people to, get where I'm coming from, Hope all is well. Yes, all is well, thank you. It is April 1st, so, I hope no one was the victim of a April Fool's joke, a prank. Like I said, I love a good prank, but, sometimes yeah. So, guys, if there's nothing else, if you guys have anything else, you want to add to it, we can talk about it. It said, keep protecting your peace and keep standing your ground no matter what. Exactly, protect. I did a live on that as well, protecting your peace. It's very important. I also did a live on keep watering yourself with positive, people, positive. Just keep, you know what I mean? Because the world we're living in right now, we need all the positivity, we can get, So yeah, guys, I'm going to, like I said, if you guys don't have anything to add, I'm going to end the live. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming in, even if it was just for a minute or two. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys hit the like button on your way in or on your way out. I hope you guys got the message. I hope I wasn't too all over the place where you guys couldn't understand what I was saying or what I'm saying. Just protect your peace. Sometimes you have to check people at the door because sometimes you'll see the person coming and you'll know, hey, they're showing me who they are. You know what I mean? And don't ignore the red flags. Yeah. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a blessed night. Take care. Be safe. Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful day.